Hey there, have you ever stopped to think about why stress in your midlife years seems to be hitting us harder than ever? Well, let's start by unpacking 5 things that are making midlife so stressful and 7 strategies that you can use to overcome them. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that I know hits home for so many of you. I'm talking about the real midlife crisis. So I'm not talking about fancy sports cars or wild affairs. No, what we're facing today is what some call the sandwich generation, others call it the big squeeze. It's a whole different midlife crisis ballgame. So what exactly is this big squeeze? Well, if you're in your midlife years, 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, then most likely you've thought that you'd be cruising by now, didn't you? Well, but instead, you're feeling like you're being stretched thinner than ever before. On one hand, you may have aging parents who need more and more care and support. And on the other hand, you've got adult children who, because of this crazy economy, may still be, at least to some degree, depending on you financially. You're stuck in a job that you're just plain sick and tired of, and you're exhausted, and you're just stuck right in the middle trying to manage your own life and your career and your personal goals, and you're still being pulled in a lot of different directions. I know that sounds so familiar to so many of you. Now, the fact is, this is reality for so many of us, and it's creating a new kind of midlife crisis, one that's less about personal fulfillment and more about just simply surviving and finding balance in your life. So let's break down some of the biggest challenges that we're facing right now. First up, we've got what I call the caregiving crunch. Now, thanks to advances in healthcare, many of our parents are living longer than ever before. And while that's fantastic news, it also means that they often need more care and support as they age. And I personally know a lot of people who are raising their grandchildren as well. Plus, often our adult children are struggling to find their own financial independence. It's really tough on a lot of them. They're dealing with crushing student loan debt, a tough job market, and housing costs that are ridiculously high. So they're turning to us for support well into their 20s, 30s, and sometimes into their 40s. The result, many of us are playing dual or even triple caregiving roles. And let me tell you, it can be emotionally, physically, and financially draining. It's no wonder that middle-aged adults are experiencing higher rates of anxiety and depression. We're trying to be everything to everyone, and it's often at the expense of our own well-being. All right, now let's talk about money for a minute, because it's often right at the very root of a lot of the challenges that we face in midlife. The financial pressures that we're facing are crushing, and it seems like there's no way to get ahead. They're coming from every direction. The cost of groceries, utilities, insurance, medical bills, taxes, it seems like there is no way that we're ever going to get our head above water. Then you may be dealing with the cost of caring for aging parents, medical expenses, assisted living facilities, and all that sort of thing. And if you're raising grandchildren or you're supporting your adult children, you're going to be helping them with rent, paying off student loans, maybe covering wedding expenses and all that. Plus, your own healthcare costs are going through the roof too. And as we've seen from experience, job security is just a myth. So saving for our own retirement seems impossible. So many of us are just working well past our retirement age. So it's like we're facing a perfect financial storm, and it's hitting us right when we thought we'd be the most secure. Another major challenge, trying to balance work and our own lives and all of these other responsibilities. If you're living in the U.S., family leave policies are often limited or just non-existent. And that means many of us are left trying to juggle between our careers, our private lives, and taking care of others. Often it's just too much to deal with, and it can lead to not performing well at work, create more tension and stress at home, and the general feeling of never quite measuring up in any area of our life. So it's a perfect recipe for burnout. All right, let's not forget about technology and social media. Sure, these tools are incredibly useful, but they can also add an additional layer of stress to our lives too. Most of us are constantly connected, which means work can just follow you home. And you're bombarded with messages, and we see all these images of seemingly perfect lives on social media. Well, this can often leave us feeling like we're failures, or simply underscore the feeling that we're missing out on life. Now, given all these issues, it's not surprising that a lot of us are experiencing issues like anxiety, depression, or even worse for our age group. The constant stress of juggling responsibilities, the financial pressure, and so many expectations from our society can really take a serious toll on our mental health. All right, now I know all this sounds pretty grim, but here's the thing. Although these are real challenges, they're not impossible to overcome. We've got wisdom, experience, and resilience on our side. So let's talk about some strategies to help you navigate them. As a midlife career and life reinvention coach, I see firsthand how these strategies can actually transform lives. So let's recap them with a focus on how they can help you navigate your career and life transitions. Number one, prioritize self-care. Now, this isn't about taking a needed vacation. It's about making time for activities that fuel your passion and your creativity, whether it's taking a course in a field that you've always been curious about or simply allowing yourself time to dream big. Self-care is really the foundation for any successful reinvention, regardless of your age. Number two, set boundaries. Learning to say no isn't just about reducing stress, it's about making more time to say yes in your life and to your career. What opportunities are you missing because you're overcommitted? It's time to reassess your commitments and realign things with your goals. Number three, seek support. Reinventing your career or personal life shouldn't be a solo journey. So surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, people who celebrate you and not just tolerate you. This could mean finding a mentor in your desired field or even working with a coach who specializes in midlife transitions. Number four, leverage your experience. Your years of experience are incredibly valuable. You can use this to your advantage when considering a career change or reinvention. Look for opportunities where your unique combination of skills and wisdom can solve problems or fill gaps in new industries. Don't be afraid to highlight your diverse background. It's often the unexpected combinations that can lead to innovative career paths and entrepreneurial success. Number five, plan for your future. When you're trying to reimagine your career or your life, it's super important to have a financial strategy. This might mean trying to set aside some funds for retraining or starting a side hustle or taking calculated risks to pursue your dreams. Remember, investing in yourself is the best investment that you can possibly make. Embrace flexibility. The ability to adapt is your superpower in any type of midlife reinvention. Would a flexible work arrangement allow you to explore new career paths, or maybe it's time to consider working for yourself? So be open to unconventional paths. It's often where the magic really happens. All right, here we are at number seven, life and career planning. Now set aside a regular time for focused reflection on both your personal and professional goals. This isn't about doing some kind of vague soul searching, but a practical evaluation of where you are and where you want to be. I know that some of you are considering changing careers, so to help you get started, I've created a free midlife career change checklist. This checklist is going to help walk you through the key steps to assess your skills, explore new opportunities, and make a smooth transition. Click the link in the description below to download your free copy. It's a great first step towards your new career adventure. I'd love to hear about your midlife reinvention plans. What changes are you considering? What challenges are you facing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation, inspire each other to embrace this exciting phase of life. Now, if you'd like to learn more about practical strategies for career change, personal growth, and finding new purpose after 50, then watch this video and discover how to transform your midlife crisis into a powerful midlife awakening. If you got value out of this video, why not consider subscribing and hitting that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.